My loves, did you know, or maybe you do know because you participated, we have surveyed thousands of people. I think we're at 7,000 people now on 2 questions. What do you want to let go of? What do you want to let go of? And what do you want to manifest? The findings for what people most want to let go of are pretty fascinating. The number one theme has to do with worthiness. And this is a conversation that I've been having for a number of years. It's really the ego that is always asking the question about if we're worthy, if they're worthy. And I really wish, this is one of my intentions of showing up and teaching whatever it is that I'm teaching, is that we have such a strong connection to our higher self. And we have such a devotion to loving kindness with our inner content, our inner fragments, that we no longer ask ourselves any question that has to do with worth. It's kind of ridiculous, but we need to love that default ridiculousness as well. So today we are talking about releasing that default of the worthiness question and the impulse that actually becomes a neurotic behavior if we keep it unchecked of trying to prove our value. I think so many of us live decades in the zone of trying to prove our value. I'm going to end this episode with the centering practice. The centering practice, if you've been following along with these last few episodes, is really the heart of the new book, Bless and Release. And if you don't have your copy of Bless and Release, you know that it's available in audio and digital form and pre-order for the print book. And I can tell you, my friends, it is very, very worth it. What if you blessed and released trying to prove that you're worthy? If one of your children or a child that you really loved asked you, "Am I worthy of your love?" You'd scoop them up in your arms and you'd say, "What a silly question. You have my love always, no matter what." You do not need to feel worthy in order to manifest. Here's an analogy. A carpenter doesn't need to feel worthy of building a house. He shows up consistently and he applies his skill. Manifesting is a metaphysical skill. It's a metaphysical technology that's available to anybody. And how you identify whether you see yourself as blessed or qualified or divine or unworthy most definitely influences your creation process. But the heart, your vastness, your higher self, does not ask questions about worthiness. The ego, on the other hand, talks about it nonstop. Am I worthy yet? Am I worthy now? Does this make me worthy? We can spend years hustling to prove we're worthy of what we long for. Such a racket. Worthlessness and worthiness are mirages. Neither are true states. Your soul operates way beyond this duality. So when you feel yourself asking if you're worthy, you just breathe into your heart and you embrace that impulse and you remember, you are pure radiance. You are radiance, my love. You are the healer. You just bring your fear of unworthiness into your heart space and you let it relax. You're going to bless it. Bless your fear of unworthiness so that your fear of unworthiness doesn't rule you. Okay, along the same lines, how about bless and release doing hard things to prove your value? The unhealed part of us is hooked on the process of overcoming. One more thing to get through, to get over, to overcome. Hardship, guilt, suffering. Look, none of these are requirements for making a contribution to society. You are still relevant if your life is easy. You do not need to do hard things to prove your value. Bless it, release it. Okay, now what do you need to bless? In this theme of striving to be worthy, what needs to be blessed and released? The unhealed part of you that feels like it needs to prove it's worthy of love. As the fears present themselves, you have to work with them one at a time. You do this in your blessing practice. And those fears will likely be attached to relationship dynamics and work dynamics and anxiety that tends to surface about the future. So you name the fear, you bring it into your heart, and you do the energy work. Striving to be worthy is exhausting. And a very useful side note here is that harsh self-judgment is a false motivator. Your value as a human being does not come from your output. You just use that energy to make choices that are based in joy. Okay, loves, as promised, let's wrap up this conversation with doing the centering practice. This will take us about 4 minutes. You can do this in 90 seconds. You can do this as a 21-minute meditation. This is the centering practice. Put your right hand on your heart. Take a few deep breaths. Your breathing is natural, meaning you inhale and exhale through your nose. You keep your mouth closed. And now you think of a positive thought, or you recall a really beautiful memory, or you just generate a higher vibration. So you could think about the best day of your life, or how much you love trees or the ocean. You could just bring in the energy of generosity, of joy, of compassion, breathing into your heart. You become aware that your heart center is filling with warm, golden light. Luminous, shimmering, shining out from your heart in all directions. And now, whatever you've decided to heal or manifest, you bring that into the center of your heart. You see the scene. It's a moment, it's a word, or it's a symbol. It could be a thought. You could see something written in your heart. You place it in the center of your heart chakra. You're still very aware of that golden light quality in the center of your heart. And now you begin to work with the full spectrum of light, all of the colors. You're shining rainbow colors onto whatever you've brought into your heart to be blessed. So think of the color that shines through a stained glass window. The colors are very soft, and they're also very dynamic and alive. These are very healing color frequencies. What you've brought into your heart center for blessing is basking in the healing colors. Pinks, fuchsias, very light peach tones, but very dynamic, alive, vibrant. Yellows, that gold is really shimmering and alive. Minty greens, sky blues, and very light purple, that lilac or lavender tone. Whatever you've brought into your heart center for blessing, basking in these healing color frequencies, pinks, peach tones, golds, minty greens, sky blues, pale purples, very dynamic, very alive, healing frequencies. Now, if you like, you can project a virtue, a higher energy into your heart, onto whatever you're healing. Qualities like acceptance, joy, compassion, faith, forgiving, love. Whatever calls to you, you send that energy into the center of your heart. Speak that word. You're energizing that quality in the center of your heart. Whatever you've brought into your heart center to bless is basking in the healing colors, dynamic frequencies, the energy of the virtue that you are pouring into your heart center. You let what you've blessed relax in your heart. There's no need to fixate or analyze it. You've done the energy work. You just let it be. A deep breath. And you breathe your eyes to open. Thank you for doing the centering practice with me. So that's the centering practice. That's you being the energy worker. That's you blessing and releasing. How did that feel? I will be back here next Friday and beyond with so much more blessing and so much more releasing. Always, always, I'm glad you're here. With love, Danielle.